I consider myself a people's poet, and most of my poetry is written as protests to social and environmental injustices. The first poem I'd like to read is called Of Limestone, and it's inspired by the sculpture Venus of Willendorf, dated 24,000 to 22,000 BCE. It's displayed in the Vienna Natural History Museum, and it's carved from Oolithic moonstone. When we were at the museum several years ago, what really struck me is that the sculpture is only about 8 centimeters tall. It would fit in the palm of one's hand, and it has been seen as one of the most debated symbols of femininity. Of limestone. In the palm of your hand, among the spear throwers and beads and pendants, I spotted her. Sculpture in the round, you proclaimed. Venus of Willendorf, I said. With your sculptor chisel, you carved her bone, wood and stone, while she danced her bulbous oval shapes, evading the searching blade. A spear of light set a high relief from an angle, and I saw her. Burning scars shadowed her face. Your eye cast on her, on me, with fury, shaped sanded file polished, her rhythmic arrangement of bulbous oval shapes, while she danced her Paleolithic steps in a mammoth-ribbed cave. She's made of marble, every sculptor's dream, you said. I'm of limestone, I proclaimed, cannot be polished. The second poem is called Tell Him, and it's written as protest to all wars. It focuses on the bombing of Belgrade in 1999. Tell him, there are not blasts of firecrackers on TV screens, dispelled by a thumb press. Death is real. Each way a child dies is lonely. Tell him, the girl whose eyes smudged the wall when firecrackers smashed through the roof stands in darkness, holding a mirror. Her lipstick scarred across her face. The boy, blown away, kicking the soccer ball. The father cannot pluck the shards one icicle at a time, sew up a punctured heart and make it pump blood. Tell him, death is real. Each man and woman a child once. Each way a child dies, shredded by steel, is lonely. The third poem is called Life as Monarch. It's written as protest to the use of pesticides and herbicides which destroyed the monarch's habitat. It's written in the first person point of view from the monarch's point of view. Life as Monarch. Butterflies are beautiful, you say, and stamp your thumbprint on my wing. I hear Mozart's Requiem, can see my spent body as Mozart's, dropped into a pauper's pit. A pageant of the conquered and the conquerors parade before my failing eyes. All that I did and did not do, the could have been, should have been, the lusted for, loved and lost, marching to the Requiem, I see me, a young monarch, flitting about the milling crowds, searching for heady scent of milkweed, along the paved byways, your pristine gardens, a wasteland to me. I long for lazy days of Angang Whale, dozing on dreamy branch of Yoma, warmed by one and by all, on sunny days breezing on the whisper of wind, soaring through dappled forest, intoxicating on heady scent of milkweed. We press on, swaying to Aphrodite's chant, rhythm of destiny, the pull of ancestral lands. Winged Hades lands softly on the single leaf of milkweed, heavy, grey, amorphous. I hear Mozart's Requiem. Flutter my wings with your thumbprint, and lay them gently into a pauper's pit for eternity. The next poem is based on a legend. It's called Pyper Grenadier, and it's based on a legend on a fallen grenadier who is believed to have fallen through the ice in Hyde Park Grenadier Pond during the War of 1812 and was never found. Legend has it that Grenadier Pond is bottomless. Some park visitors have claimed that they felt watched from below while canoeing on the pond, and a lot of these people are credible. Also, some park visitors have reported that they felt eyes observing them from below the ice of the frozen pond. The pond has been a popular canoeing and skating place for Torontonians since the park was donated to the city in the late 1800s. Hyde Park Grenadier. You are not there, I said. An embodiment of my primal self, incarnated want, failed aspirations, longing, craving, ache is in your eyes, in mine. Deep and green your subterranean womb of muddy peaks. Your eyes are mine, adorned in oak leaves. Yes, I said and followed you hand in hand. A grenadier I am, entombed in an icy scab, and if you scratch your corneal guard and peer through my sodden skies, your vision, mine, your eternal botched self, mine, mine, mine. The War of 1812. The Battle of Fort York. I, a grenadier of the King's 8th Regiment, plunged to my throne of incarnated want, failed aspirations, longing, craving, ache. Your stomping grounds, your dog-walking trails, your lovers' stroll, willow crowns luminous in icy rain, swaying in their mint overcoats. I gaze through silken moonlight from muddy depths of my sleeping eyes. Give me your hand, my forlorn bride, and I will be your eternal lover, a soldier of your incarnated want, failed aspirations, longing, craving, ache. A shroud of snowflakes. We stand on guard, hand in hand, my grenadier and I, gazing through silken moonlight. Look down into murky depths of our sodden skies. We're there, eternally, skaters on thin ice, paddles rippling along the corneas of our sleeping eyes. His eyes, mine. Thank you.